Where's stand? If I stand, I'll stand here.
Stand by me, yeah, that's right, yeah, that's absolutely fine, yeah.
Oh, well, good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank you very much for the donation that you gave to Food Bank, and I'll talk about in a minute about what we've done with that donation. I thought it'd be good, I'll just check my watch so it's not too long. I thought it'd be good to start a bit by telling you our story of how we got into working with the community. So, just very quickly, it started in about 2005, and we asked the question at Church and Roundabout, if we were to disappear, would anybody notice and would anybody care? And we came to the conclusion, probably not. And that troubled us. That's not right. So we thought, what are we going to do about this? And we felt that our building was a tremendous resource, and we felt that we should be using it much more for the community. And so we started, we advertised that it was available, and I remember the first people who used it in response to the advert was their 16th birthday party. And somebody in a band came up to me very nervously and said, would it be all right if our band practiced here? And we said, of course, and the band started practicing there. And some other bands heard about it, they started practicing, and then we put on a gig for the bands that, I said, have you ever gigged before? They said, no, and we put on a gig for them, and one of the bands, which is called Stacey's Massacre, they were a very good band, and they actually went on, they played at the Roundabout Festival. So we very quickly started fulfilling a role in the community, which hadn't been fulfilled before. And we've gone on to host all sorts of other things like metal detectors, pan community groups, AGK, pirate matters. We've worked with local schools, brownies, dance groups. We've hosted birthday parties most weeks, Bumps and Babies group, the Bikers group, People First Disabled group. So all sorts of groups have used the church building, and that's really, really good. That's in the last 7 or 8 years. More recently, we teamed up with Revive, and Pete's going to talk a lot more about Revive, and we decided to run a food bank in Newport. We had the building, Pete had the contacts across the Newport churches, so we thought that would be a powerful combination. We didn't feel that it was even right to do it just on our own at Church and Roundabout. So basically we teamed up with Revive to do food bank. There's 7 food banks on the island at the moment, but the Newport one is by far the busiest. I think 1,700 people have been fed since July from the food bank. We've done about half of that, so half of that total, 8,850 people. And that's really, really important at present. The £500 that you gave us has been absolutely fantastic, because we've been able to do some really, really good things with that. I want to tell you a few stories about what we've used the money for. We spent about half of it on getting Wi-Fi set up in the church, so we're now internet linked, and that's really, really important for Food Bank. And if I can just tell just one person's story, this is absolutely fantastic. People who come into Food Bank usually down on their luck, things aren't going well for them. A gentleman came in, and things were going very badly for him. He didn't have a job, he was losing his house, things were going very badly, and he couldn't apply for jobs because all jobs were online, and he basically couldn't use a computer. So he says, I can go up to the library, there's computers in the library, I can't even send an email. I don't know how to do it. But I said, come on Friday, because this is Wednesday, I said, come on Friday, we'll help you through it. Because there's people who do know how to use a computer. So on Friday, on the next Friday, we sat down with him, and he applied for a job online, which he got. So, that was just on its own, that makes the money that we gave us worthwhile, because it just turned one person's life around. And what we want to do is we want to give much more than just bags of food out. We want to be able to spend time with people and help them in a way that we can. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot to help to turn a life around. Sometimes it just needs that little bit of push that no one else can give at that time. So that was fantastic. We've also used the money to buy shelving for our food, which is really good, because we had an inspection from health and hygiene, and they wanted to make sure that we were all good and proper. We've just received our 5-star for that, so we're very proud of ourselves there. Medina House School have been down as well, and also another great story. A couple came down. This happened today actually. A couple came down last week. They were having a terrible time. I think they got a little daughter who was just having a 6th birthday coming up, which is today, and they couldn't afford anything for it, so we gave them the bags of food because they had the vouchers. But we also said, "Do you want a birthday party?" And we put on a birthday party for her today, and the whole church helped with that, and people from the food bank helped. And this little 6-year-old had a great party with bouncy castle, and the parents were absolutely made up. So, there's some great things going on, and in the future we just want to continue to do more of that sort of thing. Because we don't just want to, at Food Bank Newport, we don't just want to give clients bags of food. We want to actually do more than that. We want to be able to help people out, and just these stories that I've told, I've told others, just show that is actually happening.